I thought that was a Transformer.
Cooker.
Yes, Transformer.
Metatron.
Oh, there it is.
That's right. Stealing our stage time. Yeah, Metatron.
Ah, it's our stagehand.
Yeah.
Thank you, kind sir.
This is Sheppard's bit. He doesn't.
This is what happens
he will
when you're a
not be
famous
announced.
actor.
He will not be announced?
No, he just comes out.
Nobody ruins an entrance like Mark Sheppard.
Yeah.
New Jersey, thank you very much.
Thank you, New Jersey.
Please give it up one more time.
Thank you.
Mark Pellegrino and Al Cal, Alex Calver. Put your hand in mine. I will be your preacher, teacher, anything you have in mind. I will be your body. I have had enough of time. I will go till the end of. I haven't been able to do this song for you in a long time.
Oh, I'm waiting. I want it. All right, you ready, guys? Are you ready?
Mr. Crowd.
Thank you, guys. Long Sway! How was that concert last night, eh? Big old hug there. Thank you. Listen, first of all, I know there's a lot of you who are new to the creation conventions, right?
No.
There's a whole bunch of you new. Right. Well, welcome. Unfortunately, you're going to make friends here, whether you like it or not. But it is so nice to see you guys, and I'm so happy to be here. I want to thank Adam and Gary and Steph and Jen and everybody else. It's just nice to be back here. And last night was just fantastic. And what a show, huh? So that's enough about you. Oh, have we got one side? Oh, we got two sides? God. Who's the best? Fight it out. Let's see who the best is. You think you're the best? You think you're the best? Oh.
The person you saw when you came in yesterday. I helped you find the convention.
Okay, so you're going second. Go ahead.
Hi,
Hi.
my name's Nancy.
It's what?
Nancy.
Hey, Nancy.
So this is my first convention, now that you mention it.
Cool.
The reason, or the question...
Speak up.
The question
We have to
I
hear you in
wanted...
the back. Go on. Come on, Nancy. Get with the program.
Okay, the question I want to ask is... I'm so sorry.
That's not a question.
Where is the most unusual place that you've seen your character's photo on fan art or maybe
Bodies.
somebody's leggings?
Bodies. No, that's not unusual. I see thousands of those. The most wonderful thing is, as you guys know, there were a lot of great quotes. There was a lot of great writers on Supernatural, and they wrote me a lot of great things to say. And I can never remember which convention it was. I think it was San Francisco. Pretty sure it was San Francisco. Where was it? Yeah, sorry.
Apparently.
So anyway,
I thought it was New
the paddles
Jersey.
were held up and they had all these quotes on it, all these lines on it. And remembering them all in context was just like the most fun thing to do. And it was just remembering each one of these lines on a paddle and going, oh God, I remember where that comes from. I know what that is. And then it's at the stage of like, at the end of season 8, which is, as you know, my favorite season ending. It was, I think, one of the best things we ever did. There was a lot of quotes from that were around. Some people had some tattoos of that stuff. And then the end of season 9, which takes you into Demon Dean. If you haven't seen it, too late, so. If you don't want to know the score, don't come to the pub. But to the end of season 9, the Let's Take a Howl at That Moon, 3 days after that aired, there was a girl who had a tattoo on the back of her calf with Let's Go Take a Howl at That Moon on it. So yeah, we see some wonderful things. You know what it is? It's not just because it's words and stuff, but you find with Supernatural that have you quite finished? I'll continue. Anyway, with Supernatural, the wonderful thing is the themes and the ideas behind it and the things that we care about. It's so well. I'm actually coming over to visit you cheap bastards at the back, so I have to do it. It's been so long! So long! So long. So you're the guys that just nobody else likes, right?
That's exactly.
Yeah. Hey guys. You having a good day? We love you too. You know that. Go on, ask your question, darling.
Hi.
Hi.
So I was telling my friend about how I ran into you yesterday and helped you find the convention, and she jokingly called
Me.
Wait, I'm getting to it. She
Sounds like
jokingly
Misha.
called me your
Sorry, what was the question?
She jokingly called me your spirit guide. So we got to talking about it, and I want to know, what kind of animal do you think your spirit guide would be?
Wombat. I've never eaten pizza here. They lie. People lie. You know that. Check your sources. Hey guys. Hey, you having fun? Right, next question.
Hi. So, loving you on Doom Patrol. And
Say again?
Loving you on Doom Patrol. And wondering if Willoughby Kipling were to summon up Crowley, what kind of deal would they
Oh,
make?
stop crossing the streams! Don't you know what fan fiction is for? You write it. That's the good news. Don't make me write it for you. That's terrible. God's sakes. You think they'd learn by now, don't you? How long has it been since I've done one of these? 4 years, 5 years or something? God, I'm gonna have to get you all up to speed. Yeah, I like you too. So, thank you, Alison. You doing okay? Tired? Me too. Who's this? What's it called? Bop Bop. That's a good name. I call Misha Bop Bop sometimes. You okay? Nice to see you. What? Oh, we're all right. Okay. I don't care. Thanks for correcting me. They're trying to make me feel bad? It's a child, for God's sakes. This is child abuse. This is terrible. Ooh. Definitely not sure. Me too. I just woke up as well. Sorry, what was the question? Next one.
Yes, I was wondering if there's a certain scene that you did that stands out in your mind, either because it was a lot of fun
End
or
of season 8.
or
Next question.
challenging.
Seriously, I'm joking with you, but the end of season 8 was just this wonderful cathartic thing. If you guys remember the end of season 8, the whole human blood thing, we shot that church scene in sequence, which is not something you get to do on television a lot. So from Abaddon, Torture Me in the Chair, all the way through to the end was shot in sequence, and it was shot on stage. The outside of it was shot outside, obviously, and the inside of it was shot on stage, and it was just the most amazing. I can't remember, I think it's like 3 days we did it, but it was just magical. It was a lovely experience. Thank you. Hi. You know, I can really just mess with their stuff while they're not here. Sorry, go on.
Hi, I'm new to the fandom. This is my first convention.
It is? Welcome, my darling.
Thank you. I didn't really have a question in mind.
Yeah?
But if you weren't a demon, what other supernatural creature would you be?
If I wasn't a demon, what other character or supernatural would I be? What other creature? How do you know he wasn't an angel? What would you like me to have been?
No clue.
Exactly. I'm Crowley. Move on. What?
Hi, Mark.
Yeah, right. You used to me by now.
So we're all missing Jared this weekend, so I was wondering what your favorite memory with him is.
Well, the one thing I'm glad is that my neck takes a break from doing this. You know what they used to do to me when we did like the quad photos? They all stood on tiptoes. I look like I'm 5'3". It's evil. So I wore a plaid shirt in his honor. Yeah, you keep saying that, but I don't see any evidence. Did you ask me a question? I can't remember. I was just so full of myself.
Your favorite memory with Jared?
My favorite memory with Jared? Probably the end of season 8, weirdly enough. You know what? We have so many, I think Jensen and I were talking about this earlier. We have so many, nearly a decade I spent, with these people. And we have so many memories of so many things. You guys ever seen the Nerd HQ panels? That's us relaxed after working for 2.5 days and doing Hall H and everything else. That stuff's magic to me. I make fun of Misha on a constant basis, just so you know. Whose phone was that?
Not mine.
I will catch you. And I will kill you. No, sorry, it's the wrong movie. But just so many. And I was laughing about Misha and stuff, and I was going, there's all these wonderful pictures of me and Misha, because we're bored out of our minds doing 8 years of press every year in the same place, and then we come up with new things to do. And there's just all these hysterical photographs of him putting me on his back, and there's all these weird, fun shots. And I just don't know, it was just so much fun. There's so many great memories, If you ever want to know about us, watch Nerd HQ and the gag reels.
Yeah, they're great. They're perfect.
Hi. So I think that the material that you got with Jeremy Carver on the show was some of the best. That season 8 finale, from you, the season 9 monologue you had was some of the best writing and acting I
That was so much fun to do. That was the same director that did Baby, right?
Yeah.
So Tom, and you know what he said? The nicest thing to me. I said, well, what do you want to do? And I think it was the last shot of the season for Jensen. So I think he was just laying on the bed, comatose at that point. He did pop up in the middle of my speech one time and scream at me. Which I needed a new pair of trousers after that. But Tom was brilliant. Tom was such an amazing director. An older man, just a wonderful, wonderful, wonderful director. I said, what do you want me to do? He said, well, at the beginning I see you in the doorway. The rest is up to you. So when I was walking around that room, I was trying to find where to sit. And there's a little couch on one side, and there's that chair where the table is. And I sat in the chair, and it's got arms. And as soon as I put my arms down, the whole speech is about the truth. I'm not lying. What was I thinking of? As soon as I put my hands down. Lincoln Memorial. So literally, it was the first thing that came to my head. I was like, I'm sitting here. So it was an amazing day. I think that was the last shot of the season to do, and it was just so much fun. What was your question, darling?
So it was actually about working with Jeremy Carver again on Doom Patrol.
Anytime, anywhere, at any cost, I will work with Jeremy Carver. He's just a magical human being. I send him When I was on Supernatural, I used to go, am I dead yet? I used to send him an email going, am I dead yet? And he would respond with, writing that scene right now. And so I went on to Doom Patrol, because as you can probably work out, I'm playing Constantine. And Willoughby Kipling is Constantine. But he's immortal. So of course I sent him an email that said, are you going to kill me off? He goes, he sent me a response that said, I will never kill you off, asterisk. And nothing underneath. So he's kind of brilliant, you know, he's kind of brilliant. We were very, very lucky on Supernatural. We had a lot of great people. Hey, it wasn't me. Hey, cutie. Hi. Hiya. Hiya. Oh no, that's something more interesting. I wish somebody would feed me like that, my God. No, not up. God's sakes. I'd be more concerned about her catching something than me. What?
Hi, Mark.
Hi.
So I just want to preface this by saying that I love you on Leverage. So since they're filming Leverage Redemption, if they ask Sterling to come back, would we see Sterling?
Listen, you guys have been pestering Dean Devlin for the last few years. And if you look really closely, he likes all the things that you say. So if you look really closely, Dean Devlin will like this tweet. So he actually reads Twitter. So pester him some more. What do you need?
First of all, I have to say that I'm 5'1", so I know your struggle with Jared. Like, can he just dumb down a little bit so
Stand
we
up,
don't
stand
get
up.
a straight
It's
on
okay, you
neck?
can stand up.
So we don't get a straight on neck while meeting Jared. Like, hello, justice for short people here.
There is no justice for short people. I'm not short, you're in your own gang. I'm only short on this show! So I'll tell you the story. One time, wonderful, somebody dressed as, I don't know, whatever her name is, Castiel. Or it might have been Constantine with the wrong colour tie, I couldn't tell. But came to one of our conventions and was like, so, I really love you and I really love you on the show and it's really good, but what's it like working with Jensen and Jared? And I was in a bad mood at that point anyway. I think I was awake.
Really?
So I said, nobody ever goes and asks them what it's like working with me. The next panel, I really love you, Jensen, I really love you, Jared. What's it like working with Mark Sheppard? The two of them looked at each other and without skipping a beat went, short. Endless. Supernatural, I'm short. Every other TV show, I'm good height.
Hi, how do you think your character, Crowley, would react to Lucifer's son becoming God?
I don't think he cares. I think the only thing Crowley cares about is what's right in front of him right at that point, whether he can get what he wants. It's just that everybody's there to serve him. Does that make sense? I think so. I think that's right for Crowley, right? If they'd just listened to me and do what I said, it would have gone so much better.
Good afternoon, Mark. You are unquestionably sci-fi fantasy genre show royalty.
My husband demands... No, sorry. Go on.
So my question is, was that the result of deliberate choices on your part, or the shows coming to you?
All right, I've had some wonderful things written for me by some wonderful people. But if you're new here, you don't know, and even if you've been here a while, you've got to remember something. The genre of stuff that we like was not always the most popular genre. And there are certain pivotal times in the history of film and television where genres were changed. Star Wars, for example, changed the entire course of what was happening in film and TV at the time. And then, of course, every show had to be like Star Wars. And this went on for years, where everything had to be a copy of something else. Everything had to be, you know, like a rip-off of something else. We can just get those fans, we're going to do really, really well. And what happened over those years is writers started writing graphic novels, not just television shows. They started going into different areas of the genre and trying to do it. And then cable channels popped up, and places like Sci-Fi and places where you could actually do this stuff started to exist. So they didn't have to have a show that had to have X amount of millions of viewers to stay on the air. Perfect example, Firefly. I was in Firefly. Firefly had 11 million viewers, and it was a failure.
Yeah, wow.
A failure on Fox. If it was 5 years later, it would have been on a different situation and a different channel, and probably still be running now. There's enough stories. But the truth is you changed it. We changed it. Because things that are made with cynicism and a lack of passion and a lack of love don't resonate with us. I don't know what it is. If you're going to devote your 17 hours to watching a marathon of a TV show, or 117 hours, or 350 hours of watching a television show, it's got to be saying something to you. It's got to be made with something that makes you feel good, or you're interested in the story, or you care about the characters or the path of the journey. And if it's done with cynicism, it never works. Network television, for a very long time, you got to watch what they put on. And there were some losses and whatever, but generally that's what's on, that's what I'm watching. Now we choose. Now, because of the way we behave as a whole, we choose what's good or not. So that's why you can have Breaking Bad, and you can have Battlestar Galactica, and you can have, all these amazing shows that come on, And it's a testament to, I hate the word fanatic, and that's just ridiculous. It's not a good word, but within our family, our genre family, our supernatural family, we care about it. We wear our hearts on our sleeves, we dress up, we do all these things. It's just a fantastic phenomenon. And I'm old enough to have seen it change. And I like where it's going, and I like the fact that somebody can come up with a good idea and it can become a show. You know what I mean? That's like the best thing about it. It's a magical thing. Hi.
Hi. So, considering you were on Supernatural and you were on and you were on Doctor Who.
Yeah. We're gonna list them all.
So those two shows, you want to complete the trifecta of Super Wholock. What would you have done on Sherlock?
The role I wanted to play on Sherlock, which I discussed with Mark Gatiss and with Stephen back in the day, was the one role they didn't do, because it eventually got used in the Sherlock Holmes film, the Robert Downey Jr. film, which is the second most dangerous man in London is Sebastian Moran, and that was the story I wanted to do, and they're like, we're not going to touch it. And I'm like, it's okay, I'll sweep the floors if you want, but we never got around to it. But at Super Wholock, we were that close to Super Wholock at least 2 or 3 times. And I love them dearly. And as Stephen said to me one day, he goes, for God's sakes, your fans are relentless. I was like, sorry. He's like, I don't write like that. I write something and then I find the person. I don't write for a person. So, I was very lucky to do. I was offered Who. It was like, do you want to play this character? I'm like, yeah. So, and my dad got to be the older me, which was so much fun. So, it was good. What's up?
Hi.
Yeah.
I have waited 5 years to get to ask you this question.
No pressure!
During the Mark of Cain arc, what was your favorite moment, either on screen or off screen, filming with Tim Amundsen?
My favorite moment in that whole arc was him sitting at the table, I think, shucking corn while there's a massive fight going on between Jesse and Jensen, I think. That was funny, but the bees was my favorite thing, because there are no bees. That's just literally me messing around with bees. Oh, and Jensen drove me backwards through that gate and missed that gate by 1/8 of an inch. And I'm on the back slidey seat in Baby, and I'm like, whoop. Boy can drive. What?
The last time you were here, you had just become an American citizen, and you gave a very impassioned and inspiring speech about the privileges and responsibilities of being an American citizen. I've reflected a lot on it in the past.
By the way, I have to correct you with all the love in my heart. I'm not an American citizen. I'm an American.
Okay.
And the reason why I get to say that is not just my opinion. My passport says nationality, United States of America. Thank you for having me.
I've reflected on your words a lot in the past troubled years, and I'm wondering if the past intervening years have changed your feelings about the American experience and what new words
God, no, it's still the greatest country in the world. All right, I want to make this simple. It's easy. We've all been through a lot. I hope you guys, I hope your families are all safe and well, and that's the thing I care about. I don't care about your damn politics. As a proud American, I'll fight for you to vote differently than me. That's just the way I am. But we're in a room full of people who represent what I think is the hope of future. There's no fighting here. There's no screaming and shouting and punching people. There's none of that going on here. And I've seen that in these rooms, in these conventions, that I see people caring about each other. We have causes, Misha and the boys and I have causes, and you guys step in behind that and magnify it 1,000-fold, 1,000,000-fold on occasion. There's nothing but love here. You know, in all its forms, and there's people who don't want to be talked to, and there's people that want to be embraced, and it doesn't matter. There's still buckets of love in this room. There's a reason why I come to conventions. The reason I come to conventions is to see you. The reason I come is to do this. To do this, you know, the concert, the give back of the concert is the most wonderful thing to participate in. But this is why I'm here. You know, the signature is a memento of the moment. The photo is a fun, individual memento of the moment. But this is what it's about. I get to see your faces. I come from live theatre and live music, and I have an audience, and I always have an audience. And we make television, we don't have an audience. We just got 150 of our friends, and it's done, and we send it out, and we don't know. We don't know what you feel. It's not numbers, we don't know what you feel. We come here, we know what you feel. We see what you feel. It completes the circle for us. It's the most beautiful thing. You are our audience, and we love you very much for that. The point being is you know, and you know that we made a show with nothing but love from top to bottom. You know, from painters to you know, executive producers to stars. Everybody wanted to make the best show they could possibly make. You know, we had some hits, a couple of misses, but who cares? The whole thing is just a beautiful thing, you know? And getting to come here and do this is the most exhilarating experience. You know, I was once, oh, you've got a really tough job. You go to a room and 3,000 people tell you they love you. I mean, what can you say? You know, it's fantastic. And if, you know, as I say, if you're new to this, this is an extraordinary circumstance. The world out there is a very, very difficult place. There's a lot of anger and a lot of BS and a lot of opinions and a lot of people thinking they can impose this on you and that on you. I'm talking about personally, I'm not talking about in any other circumstance. But the truth of the matter is there's a lot of kindness here and there's a lot of caring here. And if you're in trouble, look around you. Somebody will help you. Here, somebody will help you. I was talking about this we did the meet and greet. I was like, you know, somebody falls over here, 50 people will go pick them up. It's an anxiety attack. One person will go, stand back! How you doing? What can we get you? Because that's what it is. And that's what the world needs. It's what the world needs. A bit more love, a bit more caring, a bit more understanding.
Hi, so I noticed at the concert last night that you got behind the drums, so I was just wondering...
I hope so, because I was playing them.
So I was just wondering, musician to musician, how did you get started playing the drums, and how long have you been playing?
I started playing when I was 12. I was making records at 15. So if you figure I'm 58 years old, I made an awful lot of records, toured with an awful lot of bands. But when I got sober 32 years ago, I'm happy to know there's a few other sober people in the room. There are, I know. But listen, I got sober 32 years ago. Drumming for me was synonymous with getting loaded, with getting messed up. Try to amend my language for the younger people here. And the trouble was, then I didn't play drums for 20 years, which is the weirdest thing. And at a creation convention, between the boys in the band and Adam, our supreme boss here, was like, oh, you want to come up and play? I'm like, no, I'm good. They're like, no, I'll come up and play. And I'm like, oh, God, he just guilted me into this. And we got up and played, and that turned into more playing, and that turned into this, and that turned into joy, fun, and what we do on a Saturday night here, right? And you know, I'm eternally grateful for Billy and Rob and Borja and Norton, just for giving me that little push back into doing it, you know, because it was something I wanted to do. And then, of course, I went back out and toured Robin Hitchcock, who I played with in the 80s, and I played with other people and done some fun stuff. But the truth is, it's a joy for me. It's one of my favorite things to be in the world, is in music. So I love it. And the fact I get to do this and this is like, it's wonderful. And, you know, I'm eternally grateful to Loud and Sway. And to Adam. Adam knows he did it to me. He just guilted me into it. I'm like, I think I was moaning and complaining the whole way through. But yeah, it's priceless, it's precious. You've got to find something in your life that you have passion for. You know, I said this, I don't trust anyone who's not passionate or a fan of something. I hate the word fan, but you know what I mean. Somebody who doesn't go like, this is brilliant. You've got to have that passion in your life, you know? You've got to have it. Hey, I haven't seen you in a while. Probably my fault. How are the kids? But yeah, it's about literally finding something you love. It doesn't matter if it's, you know, successful or important or anything else. Was it something I said, sir? He's got to go to a Misha meet and greet or something. Damn it all. Everyone leaves me. You're buying that?
I mean, if you weren't selling
Hi.
it, you wouldn't be an
Hi.
I'm asking everybody this question.
Oh, I don't want to know it then. I don't want sloppy seconds questions. Are you eating that now? Hi. I got a smile, I like that. Hey, that's Ruth-sized. That's so mean. What's your question?
Have you, well, wait, hold on, sorry, I'm trying to.
Oh, cool, this will make you feel better then.
Oh no. Oh yay, a hug. Okay, so what video on YouTube makes you like the happiest? Yeah, I'm asking this question.
YouTube?
Yeah, on YouTube.
YouTube?
And my second question is, have you ever been kicked out of like a board game or a trivia game for being too good? Because that happened to me in college.
So this is basically about you.
Yeah, exactly.
I was never kicked out of college because I never went to college. I was never kicked out of a board game in college because obviously I never went to college. And I'm not a big YouTube fan unless I'm trying to find something you guys have posted about us.
Yeah.
There you go. That's usually where it goes. Hey you. How you doing? Having a good day? Me too. There's a lot of people in there. And that's weird, man. You have a question?
First off, my name is Samantha Dean. This is my first convention.
I got to guess what your parents were doing while they were drinking that wine box.
And my question is, what is your favorite moment on set with J2 and Misha?
I remember you. was my favorite. They didn't like us being together because we caused trouble. We get bored and cause trouble. Work hard, play hard. Actually, my favorite, I can't even remember if Misha was in the scene, trust me. But it was all right, anyone under the age of about 10, put your fingers in your ears. It was I'd rather be slapped during sex by a girl in the Zorro mask. I think there are 68 takes of that, because Jensen, who is world class at dialogue, I mean world class, the boy can learn pages of stuff. I mean, he did soaps, he did all sorts of stuff. He has that muscle, he's able to just assimilate all this. Could not get that sentence out. And the first time he couldn't get it out, Jared wouldn't let it go. It went on and on and on. And we actually used that for our own private version of the gag reel, and it was just each take of that, and then other stuff, and then another version of it, and another version of it, and another stuff. But that was one of my favourite moments. Yeah, when we were doing the Kane stuff, we were hanging out. So that whole stuff when we were doing Mark Kane stuff. No, I saw that last night. The best bit about Rob taking this hat and having his rock and roll moment was the politeness with which he tried to return it. He suddenly stopped and goes, "Oh, is this yours?" I love that. That was just so Rob. So, next question.
Hi. As a 15-year-old girl, I was wondering what's one thing you did that you regretted in your teenage years, or wish that you did in your teenage years?
You talking about in my life?
Yeah.
That I regretted?
Yeah.
Honestly? Do you have any idea the things I've done in my life? I'm dead serious, I'm not joking, I mean dead serious. I have done a lot of things in my life, and I have survived a lot of things in my life. But the truth of the matter is, everything that has ever happened to me has got me to this point. Doesn't matter what you've ever been. I mean, did you catch up on the idea that I'm 32 years sober? So you could probably imagine that 33 years ago was probably not the greatest time of my life, or anybody else around me. But the truth is, I regret nothing. Nothing. 58 years old. You know, as my dad said to me, if you fell in the river, you come out with a salmon in your mouth. So I'm blessed, I'm looked after, I'm loved, and my life is absolutely gorgeous. Due in no small part to you lot, which is a very interesting thing, because without you, we are nothing. We don't make TV for us. We try to make it for you. Hey, what do you want? Where are you going? Where are you going? Come on, hurry up. Where are you going? Where are we going? What? Oh, I've seen him earlier. What's your problem? Are you always bossy? He's met me already. He's not very good at the low five, but he can do the high five. Watch this. Ready? High five. Low five. See? No good. High five. Down low. Too slow. Up high. Down low. Too slow. Up high. Down low. Ah! It got me. Ooh, it's getting around that time. Can I help you, ma'am? You okay? Do you need help to your seat? You know you're late, right? Well, you're late for me, but you're obviously early for the person you actually came to see after me. You only came to see me, yes, I believe it. Thank you. I like my tattoos too. It's not going to protect you. Those things have never worked on me. Salt, I'm a little nervous about, but that's about it. Listen, I just want to tell you, it is a fantastic thing to be at a convention with you people. It's just, what do you mean, you people? No, it's a fantastic thing to be at a convention with you people, with our supernatural family. It is a joyous thing. I love you all so much. I think what is most important is that I want you to all look after each other. I want you to take care of each other, because it is a rough and dangerous place out there. There are things going on in the world, which personally, if a bunch more women were running it, would probably be a lot safer. I mean, barring Boadicea and Cleopatra and a few others, the women have done pretty well at running things. But the truth is like we need a lot more love and a lot more caring. And it's a scary time, and it's not an easy time to ask for help. And if you're struggling and you're having a hard time, remember you are not alone. You are absolutely not alone. Will anybody do me a favor if they're brave enough to put their hands up if they have any form of mental health disorder? Look around you, guys. Look around you. You are not alone.
Yeah, believe me, I know.
All right?
Completely.
I love you all. It has been a fantastic, fantastic day. I love you guys. I hope to see you again. And on that note, Mr. Trash.